I read Atomic Habits. Here's what actually changed in my life. I want to start this episode with a simple truth. I didn't read Atomic Habits to become perfect. I didn't read it to wake up at 5 a.m. every day or suddenly become ultra-disciplined. I read it because I was tired of starting things and never finishing them. I had goals, big plans, motivation bursts, but no consistency. And that's where Atomic Habits quietly changed how I see my life. Not overnight, not dramatically, but deeply. Why I picked this book in the first place. Before reading Atomic Habits, I thought my problem was motivation. I kept telling myself, if I just try harder, I'll change. But trying harder never worked for long. I'd exercise for a week, quit, start again, quit again. Same with learning, productivity, even self-care. When I picked up this book, I wasn't expecting magic. I was expecting clarity. And that's exactly what I got. The first big shift: small is not weak. The biggest lie we believe is this: if the change is small, it doesn't matter. James Clear completely destroys that idea. He explains that tiny habits, repeated daily, shape your identity. That sentence hit me harder than any motivational quote ever did. Because suddenly I stopped asking, did I do enough today? And started asking, did I show up today? Even 1%, especially 1%. The identity concept changed everything for me. This part is personal. The book says, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. But the real shift was this: habits are not about what you want to achieve. They're about who you want to become. That flipped my mindset. Instead of saying, I want to work out, I started thinking, I'm becoming someone who doesn't skip movement. Instead of, I want to be disciplined. I thought, I'm the type of person who keeps promises to myself. That identity-based thinking removed pressure. I wasn't chasing perfection anymore. I was building proof. The 4 laws of behavior. Explained. Simply. The book talks about the 4 laws of habit formation, but what I liked most is how practical they are. Not theory, not psychology jargon. Real life. Let me explain how I experienced them. 1. Make it obvious. Before this book, I relied on willpower. After this book, I relied on environment. If I wanted to read more, the book stayed on my bed, not on a shelf. If I wanted to use my phone less, I kept it away during work. The lesson was simple. Don't fight your environment. Design it. That alone reduced mental exhaustion. 2. Make it attractive. I used to think discipline meant suffering. Atomic Habits taught me something smarter. Pair habits with pleasure. I started listening to podcasts only while walking, music only while cleaning. Suddenly, habits felt rewarding, not forced. And when habits feel good, you don't need motivation. 3. Make it easy. This part humbled me. I realized how often I made habits too hard at the start. 1-hour workouts, perfect routines, big plans. The book reminded me, reduce friction. So I started small. Very small. 5 minutes, 1 page, 1 action. And surprisingly, I did more. Because starting was easy. 4. Make it satisfying. We repeat what feels rewarding. I started tracking habits not to judge myself, but to see progress, checking a box, marking a streak. That tiny satisfaction kept me going. What I loved most about Atomic Habits. This book doesn't shame you. It doesn't say you're lazy. It says your system is broken. That was freeing. Failure stopped feeling personal. Missing a day wasn't failure. It was feedback. That mindset alone reduced guilt and self-criticism. What this book did not do. Let me be honest. Atomic Habits didn't magically fix my life. It didn't make me productive every day. It didn't remove procrastination forever. But it did something more powerful. It gave me control. I stopped feeling like change was random. I understood why I was stuck. And more importantly, how to move forward without burning out. Who this book is perfect for. If you're someone who starts strong but fades, feels overwhelmed by big goals, struggles with consistency, feels guilty for not doing enough. This book is for you, not because it's motivational, but because it's realistic. My personal takeaway. After finishing the book, the biggest lesson I carry with me is this. You don't need a new life. You need better habits supporting the life you already have. Change doesn't come from intensity. It comes from alignment. Aligning your habits with who you want to become. Final thoughts. If I had to describe Atomic Habits in one sentence, it would be this. It teaches you how to respect the process instead of chasing results. And honestly, that mindset is more valuable than any productivity hack. If you've already read this book like I have, you know, it's not about reading it once, it's about living it slowly, one habit at a time.